And here we are once again live from Bali in the second day of the International Esports Tournament from IESF.
Yeah, it's really, really heating up at this point in time. We're getting through to the very last throws of the play-in tournament, or the play-in group stage, as it were. And we've got a little bit of business to attend to with these two games that are coming up. We've got a couple of good players that we have anticipated, and we saw one yesterday, which we're now going to see up next.
Yes, yesterday every eyes were looking at Thailand because he had a great match, great football playing. Well, we're going to see Thailand against Brunei. So if you say, okay, but how good may be the Brunei player, remember how good was the Bahrain player.
So indeed.
Perhaps the size of the country has nothing to do on how good you may be at that game. And you know what? The prices are also never care about where you come from. The prices are the same for everybody.
Exactly that.
We have 25 grand.
Yeah, $25,000. You got $12,000 for the winner, $8,000 for the runner-up, and of course $5,000 for the third place playoff winner.
If I win this kind of prize, I will stay in Bali. You know, I get this prize in Bali. I say, what do you want to do? Give me this in nights of hotel. I don't need anything more. So here are the faces of our competitors. Thailand against Brunei. I want to see if they can keep what they did yesterday. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see what they bring out. And as you can see, strangely, as you talked about Brunei, you talked about what type of player we're going to see. Have a look at the right-hand side of your screen. 39 shots and 30 on target, more importantly. 8 goals. But, of course, you can see the efficiency of Thailand. 28 shots, 23 on target, 16 goals, and averaging 2.7 goals a game. So, again, if you were thinking, where do you think this is going to land, you would think it's on the side of Thailand. Because, of course, we've seen them already. We know what gameplay that it can bring in. But, of course, I think on both of our predictions, on our prediction sheet, I think we were both looking at Thailand to take this one.
Let's see what the tail of the tape bring us. In this case, our predictions for today, I'm 1 point ahead of you, Wes, I must say.
1 point.
Yeah, I
know.
Three, you have 2.
I know.
Yeah. I'm very serious about this.
I'll buy you a trophy later on.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, in terms of
it. So let's see what can we expect from this match. We say both Thailand. I think it's the most obvious solution, but we need to see if this is true.
I think that's informed more so by what we've seen already. So again, it's almost the you see that. I'm taking that. That's the same rule as earlier. I think looking at it from Thailand's point of view, we've already seen a bit of what Thailand can do against a very challenging game in Spain. However, to say that with Brunei, having looked at those stats that we've just seen, it kind of paints a little bit of a picture that this might be a bit of a slugfest.
Yeah, it will be a very interesting game, a very offensive game. So when you have two offensive players, what I like to look is at their defense. Because I already know that they do know how to attack.
Well, we're going to find out shortly just how much they can attack and just how much they can defend, as we are waiting to just be under starters' orders.
We are here on the World Cup of Esports. Brunei in the black shirt, Thailand on the burgundy shirt. Let's see which teams did they pick.
And I can see, eagle-eyed, I can see the fleeces of FC Barcelona, and I can see one fleece of Inter Milan, which I am very much a fan of. I love a bit of Inter Milan only because one of my favourite teams when I used to compete, Belgium, because they had so many good stars, one of which, of course, Romelu Lukaku, who I used to refer to as a rampaging Belgian. It feels as though he could literally just knock people out the way, left, right and centre. And, of course, you look at their lineup, it's slightly different than it used to be nowadays, but you've got Steven de Vrij, Skriniar, and then you've got Gagliardini, Brozovic, Kalhanoglu, who is a free-kick specialist, might I add, Romelu Lukaku, and the two Argentines, as we pointed out yesterday, in Joaquin Correa and Lautaro Martinez, were used to good effect yesterday in terms of what we saw from Thailand. Of course, on the other side of things, which I would suggest, given it was Thailand that we saw use Inter Milan yesterday, this is Brunei's lineup. It's Robert Lewandowski to lead the line in a 4-3-2-1.
A
lone striker, which normally lends itself to one of my favourite lineups, which is a bit of a Christmas tree. However, that does not look like a Christmas tree. That's more. It's more of almost a 4-1-4-1. So
two anchors.
Two anchors. It gives you, I suppose, that formation. When I look at it from Brunei, it gives you a bit of freedom. If you have Sergi Busquets, who's going to be your go-to holding midfielder, you're then going to give your team license to get forward. It can cause a bit of damage and cause a bit of trouble here. Here is Pedri. As we see, Thailand are going from left to right, and Brunei are going from right to left. As Sergio Busquets looks to play a ball forward here, is Robert Lewandowski, plays it wide to Dembele, goes out for another shot. Onana has to pour it out into the left-hand or the right-hand side as we looked at it of his goal, and that will be a corner for Brunei.
Brunei playing with Barcelona, as our man Wesa guessed.
As we see here, ball is cleared away into the path of Romelu Lukaku onto Calhanoglu. Lautaro Martinez back to Lukaku. Martinez with a little bit of a special spin on him there. Lukaku to Correa. Correa to Martinez. Lukaku. He's got Correa with him, but Gerard Piqué
and
will be that brick wall in the way.
That's how you know if someone knows his game. With seeing the stats, you know who will play with which team. That's knowing the game.
that's certainly knowing the game. It's a little bit of guesswork too. As Lukaku shapes to shoot, and it is the Belgian that gives Thailand the lead.
Minutes ago, Wesa was saying, if you play with Romelu Lukaku in the forward, you have an anchor point. You have someone that will keep the ball, will hold the ball, and will try to score. And this is exactly what happened. Just 8 virtual minutes was more than enough for Thailand to recover a ball.
Yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy mistake there, but instead Lukaku just turns on the jets, gets onto that left foot of his.
And cleans everything.
Absolutely clears everybody out. And as you say, it's as much as you have a defensive anchor, you can have an offensive anchor. You can have somebody that will bring players into play. Lukaku very much fits that mould. We have mentioned so many times to eFootball fans who have been, viewing these streams as to how many of those players exist within the game. I'm sure you can find out more when you look into the game yourselves. But as we talk about it here, Inter Milan is just back under a little bit of pressure, but Brunei managed to try and force something, but instead it appears to have gone for a goal kick. So Brunei trying to just readdress the balance a little bit here. As you can see, headed down. Brozovic. Again, we talked about defensive anchors. One of the premium ones at the moment is Lautaro Martinez. Fakes the pass and then tries to get the ball through. But Koundé will find the tackle. Here's Pedri. Brunei looking for an immediate response here. Skriniar intercepts it. Here's DeMarco. On towards Lautaro Martinez. Instead, Busquets wins the header and Piqué wins it down. So is that going to be what we'd suggest would be a shock goal, or do we think that that's going to be more to come? Because at the moment, Brunei look like they're growing back into this game with Gavi and Piqué.
Watching the face of the player, I can see him concentrated. He doesn't seem like very nervous. So this is just exactly what you told us you have to do in these moments. Keep the calm, get rid of the marker, focus on your game. There's an open game yet.
Yeah, you have to just stay on your game plan. You don't want to feed into somebody else's game plan. If it's, for example, if you know that your opponent is high press, if you know that your opponent will press you, you don't want to start playing the ball round at the back. You don't want to start trying to play possession with him. You want to just beat the press, as we see there. Lewandowski chipped away. Pedri!
And that's an equalizer, as we want to call them. Just what we were talking about. The Brunei player say, okay, I'm losing. Okay, you started with an early goal. Okay, I will come again to the match. And that's exactly what he did. We have a beautiful match coming out. 1-1. Everything starts again. See, interesting. Good keeping, but always the second player is still on the play. that's focus. That's being concentrated.
Absolutely. If you're looking for a blend, or if you were making a ready-made esports player of eFootball at home, it's 2 ingredients: mentality plus skill. If you can keep your head and you can perform at the right times, as Brunei, as you said, have done, they've kept their calm, they've kept their composure, they've able to put this game back onto Thailand. And now the seeds of doubt are there. If you're Thailand, the seeds of doubt. He may have seen this before because, again, don't forget, the game against Spain was a little bit of that kind of nervous energy that was there. But Gagliardini looking to make a way through, but just, if you look at the body feints that are being tried by Thailand, they're just trying to give the opponent the idea of what they're going to do and then try and do the opposite. Here's Marcos Alonso, chips it out wide to Kawunde.
Very virtual minutes passed by, 1-1, Brunei against Thailand. Very interesting match.
Indeed, indeed. And you would imagine that these guys may have played against each other once or twice before, as Dembele gets in, Lewandowski pulls the trigger, but it's well wide of the post. A little bit too much power on that, a little bit too much urgency. We talk about emotions and maybe a little bit of excitement there, thinking I've got a chance on goal, and instead he pulls it wide.
I think it's more difficult to hold that second before shooting from wherever, that to get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a skill that you acquire over time in terms of that composure. It's a well-known skill, as we see Dembele finds it into Gavi, into De Jong. De Jong to the back post looking for Lewandowski. It's fallen to Pedri. Oh, it's just over the bar. Chances falling for Brunei.
What I can see from the Brunei player is that he has an overall sight of the pitch. He's coming always with another opportunity. He's never just on the guy who holds the ball. There are always 1 or 2 players there just following the play.
You could swear he's got eyes in the back of his head, the player for Brunei. But again, interestingly, that formation that we called out at the start, that 4-1-4-1, has kind of allowed that attacking freedom.
Yes.
Has allowed it. You've got, as you said, you've got a defensive base, or you've got a base to build from. And as you said, you talked about foundations earlier on today. You talked about having that solid foundation. That's what Brunei have got here, and that's what is kind of making them dangerous here. Is Lewandowski to Gavi, back to Lewandowski, back to Gavi.
And now the match
again
was taken over by Brunei. I mean,
Yes.
we had at the beginning Thailand making the shots. In this part, it's all Brunei.
They are, but it only takes 1 second to score a goal. Here's Lautaro Martinez, Romelu Lukaku, dummies to stop himself. Can't get past the challenge of Gavi.
Good defending.
Good defending. Put your body in the way of the ball and the player. That's what you were always taught as a kid. Here's Gavi onto De Jong. De Jong. It's a good challenge from Skinner, but the ball's given away again. Last chance could come to Barcelona. Here's Lewandowski.
Whoa.
De Jong onto Dembele. Oh, and it's a header.
Nice set of touches.
Very, very good set of touches. It's as I would like to say, it's delicately poised.
Yes,
it's very, very, very delicate.
Exactly.
And as you can see, though, Barcelona 63% possession of the ball.
Yes. Yes.
Do you think that Thailand were anticipating that from Brunei?
No, I don't think so. Because at the start, when the first Thailand goal came, I say, oh, we are here for a show. No.
Yep.
The Brunei team rebuilt its entire strategy toward the goal, and after the equalizer, they took total control of the game. So right now, if you ask me who has more chances, in this exact moment, I think it's Brunei.
It has been Brunei. Brunei have had the majority of the chances. The only issue, of course, is that those couple of chances that they have had, they've gone wide, or they've not quite pulled them off and not got that second goal. Does that mean, though, that they're going to be costly mistakes? Here is Lewandowski. Pedri, Gavi, back to Pedri. Here's Busquets looking to just size up a long ball. Here he does so. Gavi just caught offside, just is a little bit too early.
Yes. Not much. He was returning.
He was coming back, but had he have left, or had he given himself enough time, it may have been Lewandowski he may have been looking for with the long ball.
And that was enough to be offside.
Yeah. You can see here as well, interestingly, line push forward in terms of Barcelona. Now, if you know your football rules, you can't be offside in your own half. So if Correa can get to this, which he can't, would have been completely onside there, which is very, very dangerous play. If we talk about risks and reward, that is very, very tight indeed. Here's Lewandowski, though. Here's Pedri. Pedri looking to shape up here. What can he do? Tries to get the ball into the box, and Nana makes the save. And
I want to answer Mr. Cool on the chat that asks in which platform we're playing. Of course, we're playing in PlayStation 5.
Yeah, we are. We are indeed. As Gavi makes his way forward, it's Lewandowski. It's fallen to Onana. Here is Darmian. Alanoglu, Lukaku. Correa, he didn't realise what his role was in that. He went far too early and took the ball away from his compatriot. Won't matter a jot, though, because the goalkeeper has given it back to Inter Milan. It's Lautaro Martinez. It's Lukaku. It's whacking Correa. Oh, it's off the post. Anywhere will do, though, for Brunei. That was what we were talking about last game. If you've got a ball that's ricocheted, get it clear. Do not mess about with it. Don't try and play out. Just get rid of the ball, and you can sort out the corner or goal kick later on.
And you can see the difference. Barcelona touched very short passes. In this case, Milan made 3 very long passes, and that was enough to get to the goal.
Which is what we have said before. We have said high-caliber players will adjust their gameplay to what team they are playing with. Barcelona's strengths, it's tiki-taka, it's short passing, it's compact and possession. As we alluded to in the early go, Inter Milan, it's got to be direct. It's got to be up to Lukaku. It's got to be knockdowns. It's got to be combination plays to get in and behind. And as we said, for stat balancing earlier on, or for uniform stats, the pace isn't always there either. So you've got to make sure that you are pinpoint. Here's Lewandowski.
Do you know there's a word in Spanish that is pelotazo or balonazo, and that means bigger balls, long balls.
It is, but that's the cleanest through ball we've seen today. Lautaro Martinez! Thailand retake the lead. 2 goals to 1, 20 minutes to go.
And just where we're complaining about pelotazos, this is not pelotazo at all.
it's not at all. It was a wonderful through ball. As we see it again, Martinez has Lukaku in the box. Will he use him? He does. But it's the Belgian who comes away second best from a Barcelona defender. It is a corner. Fast and frenetic it has come. It's all of a sudden the reversal of that pressure from Brunei that was early on has now changed completely in the way of Inter Milan and of Thailand. Here's Gagliardini, Brozovic. Taken away by Sergi Busquets. Foul given, though. Now, we've seen the trickery. Now, does he go trickery again? Because if we remember against Spain, he went under the wall. Now, does he do that again? Have we seen that trick too many times already?
I don't know.
Or does he got something else in the locker? Let's find out.
I don't know.
Yeah, you see this.
You told yesterday that he burned his trick.
Well, this is another thing here. Rapidly changing your free kick taker will reset the goalkeeper. So if they're moving about, it will reset them so you can take a quick shot. Here we go. Let's have a look. Goes under the wall. Big save. Keeper was wise to it that time. It is a corner ball. Let it be no doubt, if you're in the chat, that these guys will have studied one another. There will be game film that will be around here. Inter Milan put the ball into the box. Pedri intercepts it. It's Brozovic. Gagliardini. Sergio Busquets will clear that one away.
And we have people from Brunei on the chat. Adib Hakim say, Ayo, Brunei. Hello, Adib.
Fantastic.
Nice to have you here.
There's a real international feel to the World Esports Championships, and it is summed up by its fans, its supporters, and by its participants as Gagliardini looks to try and create some space. It's the Italian that tries to get into Lautaro Martinez.
And you know that the table turns.
Yes.
Because it was, at the start, it was a Thailand game. Then Brunei had like 30 minutes for themselves. And right now, everything is again on Thailand's hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of what we are looking at here, again, it's one of those games where, as we said yesterday, we watched Spain v Thailand, and it may just be a trait of Thailand's games, but you can sit here in silence and enjoy this. It's that kind of level of gameplay, as we see Lukaku just trying to make his way forward. But its use of the ball, you'll notice how effective that they are with it. They try not to spare anything with this ball. As you can see, Kounde, Gavi, Sergio Busquets to Gavi. Gavi's got runners in front of him. Sergi Busquets is one of them. Skriniar will intercept it, though, and that will leave a defensive hole where Sergi Busquets once was. You can see Brunei dragging players back to cover Sergio Busquets. The issue is, there's still
like,
that line.
Like ants when you pour hot water, you know?
Indeed, but you can still see gaps that are forming here. It's Correa in towards Lukaku, headed back to the goalkeeper.
Brunei seems to have lost their calm.
Yes, it seems to be that there's a bit of a rush here. There's a bit of a rush, but sometimes you can rush and do some benefit. Here's Robert Lewandowski up against Steven de Vrij. Takes the right touch. It's Pedri. Pedri across the box to De Jong. Dembele. Davian.
Good defending.
Gets it away. Stubborn, as we've said before. Here's Sergi Busquets. Here's Calhanoglu, who's robbed it in transition. It's Romelu Lukaku. Correa. Last chance, surely, for Inter Milan. It's Calhanoglu. Will Thailand play for time, or will they go for the extra goal? It's Gagliardini. Brozovic. Dembele clears away. There is the final whistle in a very entertaining game one.
Very nice
of Thailand versus Brunei.
Yes, very nice match. It had everything that we expected.
Yeah, absolutely.
It started with Thailand very aggressive, very, very precise, very fast going to the goal. It had Brunei coming for the game, making an equalizer. After that, being able to tilt a little bit the pitch in his favor. But Thailand has this kind of player that when they have an opportunity, they don't miss.
Yeah.
So it took the 2-1, and from there on, I think the match was never at risk again from Thailand.
Yeah, and I think looking at it, when we look at the story of that particular leg of the game, you could look at it and go, Thailand, I've already been on live stream once. Brunei were like, you've already been here. I'm going to show you my gameplay. I'm going to show you me. So when they conceded that first goal, Brunei looked to just kind of get involved and just really get back into the game, which they have done, which is great.
Let's see who are the athletes that are being at this moment in the center stage, in the fire stage. Here we are in Bali, Indonesia. Of course, my friends, do you want to know who the main sponsors of this activity are?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that, I mean, again, as we said, in terms of investment and sponsorship, these guys are here and they've made this type of thing possible for us.
I want to say thank you very much to the JHL group.
Yeah, we got JHL Auto, Nusapay, DAS, Gundam Crypto, Taiwan Excellence, Pertamina, and Hydro Coco.
And of course, the official telco partner is Telkomsel. Thank you very much, Telkomsel.
Yeah, we've got the official smartphone partner, the Samsung Galaxy A series.
I need one.
You do?
But yes, of course, and I will use it with the internet service provider, which is IndiHome.
That's very smooth, that was. You styled that one out. As travel management partner of HIN.
And the hotel partner, the Episode Hotel and the Merusaka Hotels, both of them are beautiful in different parts of the island.
And we'd say that even if that wasn't sponsored, I'll be absolutely
no, of
honest.
Course.
The Esports broadcast partner, we've got Mineski Global, the Indonesia Football E-League, and the ESID.
And the production partner is Lemon ID.
And then we've got, from the media partners, we've got Trans2Ju, Deticom, Esport.id, Video.com, Dunia Games, Dens TV, Dens Play, Meta Putith, Bola Score, thank you very much.
No,
and then
Kami
Bajak. And then in terms of government support, we have Kemen Parekaf, Kemen Pora, Koni, NOC, and Wonderful Indonesia.
Yeah, Wonderful Indonesia. I will never forget about Wonderful Indonesia.
Well, you say every stream. You literally say it at the start of every stream.
Yeah, but if something is Indonesia, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you are quite right. I mean, it is literally wonderful.
Today, when I had breakfast, I went to the beach a little bit and I say, well, I'm in paradise. I'm still alive because I know I'm going to paradise. But I say, this is too soon.
Yeah,
this is not my call, you know. But this place is amazing.
Yep.
And we're coming back to another game.
We got game 2 of Thailand versus Brunei, which, like, you can forget what we've just seen. We're going to see another go of it, which is going to be great to watch.
Yes, why not? Let's see what do we have for second game. Brunei on the black shirt, Thailand on the burgundy shirt. And we're ready to go.
Yeah, a rerun of that, please, Thailand to Brunei. A rerun of that is exactly what the doctor ordered. I would absolutely love to see that. But I'd also like to see a reverse of the fixture because, again, I'm a fan of good gameplay.
Here we are again for game 2. It's Brunei against Thailand. With Barcelona, it's Brunei. With Inter Milan, it's Thailand.
Yeah, we can see Martinez going to lead the charge quickly and urgently. It's dancing feet from the Argentine.
Yes, sir.
Can't quite get his way through the box there. Brozovic is quietly intercepted by Lewandowski's Dembele, Kessie. And Skriniar intercepts his Kalanoglu. Gagliardini gives the ball away. Here's Marcos Alonso. Dembele to Kessie, to Gavi. Sergio Busquets, Piqué, Pedri, Lewandowski. Bastoni introduced again. Again, another youngster. Well, I say youngster nowadays. You know, mid-20s is early 20s is considered old nowadays in terms of the players we can see on the pitch. Of course, we've got Gavi as well, who's just turned 18, and you look at youngsters. He's a little bit more established within that lineup. Interesting to see that he's been brought into this Inter Milan lineup. Here's Romelu Lukaku. And just to remind you, if you are just joining us, right to left is Thailand with Inter Milan. Left to right is Brunei with Barcelona. And currently the tail of the tape is 2-1 to Thailand. Of course, this is a best of 2. And it is an aggregate score that is taken for the result of the game. So, again, you'll be able to do the maths and work out what's required. Here's Dembele, double touch, doesn't quite pull off. And Darmian will get that one clear. Here's DeMarco, Bastoni. Darmian chips one forward, finds Lukaku. PK intercepts, finds Marcos Alonso. Alonso chips one out wide to Dembele. Dembele has runners, and he spotted one in the form of Gavi. Gavi's got 2 over. One of them is Pedri. Oh, it's a brilliant save. Manual save. Onana spoiled it. And Pedri scores at the second time of asking.
But what you say was exact on point. The first save was a brilliant save.
Brilliant save.
But it's brilliant, but it bounces back to the middle. And when it bounces back to the middle, you have a great opportunity because the goalie, it's already on the pitch. He's already on the floor. That's a good opportunity, and it's 1-0 for Barcelona.
When you have 2 players over, the odds of scoring increase dramatically.
Of course.
And of course, we have to call out brilliant manual save in the build-up here.
Yes.
But again, the presence of mind to still keep that ball off. It's a wonderful save. Ball pops up. Pedri still rises above and gets the header in. And now we have a game because Brunei have equalised. Again, just to put you guys in the context, Brunei have now equalised on aggregate score. And now we have the game that we asked for.
And I don't want to tire you with my Spanish says, but there is one football Spanish say in Argentina that says, dos cabezazos en el área son gol. What does it mean? 2 headers in the box is a goal.
Wait 1 second. Ball is in play. We didn't see what would happen there, but it was Romelu Lukaku that was running through pretty much from kickoff. And unfortunately did not find the back of the net, but chance is still there. Martinez, Gagliardini!
And now you have it.
And now we have it. And now that is an instant response from Thailand.
Which we've seen all along the tournament. It's a good question to ask to the players. I will ask it today. Why it's so difficult to defend after you score? Why? Is it because you're not concentrating?
If you look at it mechanically from the game, you manually have to drag players back to prevent and check for stuff.
I know.
From a mentality point of view, yeah, you're absolutely right. Your emotions from I'm 1-0 down to I've just equalised, yes, and then your emotion again goes to okay, I've completely blanked out of it, and by that time it's too late. And again, as we say, the panic sets in. You'll see players furiously trying to select players because they know something's coming and they're trying to stop it. So it's almost like there's a bit of panic because you go, okay, well, I know that it's most vulnerable here. I'm going to panic and try and control the game, but it just doesn't always work.
And I think that what you said about dragging players is also important because when you are playing in the middle of the game, you had your team spread all around the pitch.
Yep.
When you start after a goal, all of that is compressed and players are not on their natural positions.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
you suffer a lot
Yep.
when that
Wonderful
happens.
through ball. It's Sergio Busquets that was looking to make a run, but appeared to be just offside. Well, I say just offside. It's at least a yard that's offside there. But again, will we see the same type of defensive line push that we saw earlier on? We won't. Instead, it will be a short one to Brozovic. Brozovic to Martinez. Lukaku. Lukaku looking to... Oh, that's a wonderful spin, and he don't think he realised. I don't think Thailand realised just how much space that they had there. Although, that, again, if you are Thailand, you're Brunei, chances are being made each side here. So the good news is there's always going to be another one.
Yes, the match is open. The match is definitely open. Just one goal is the distance between Thailand and Brunei at this moment in favor of Thailand. If you're just tuning in here, people from South America are just waking up. Hello, I'm Firita Catalano from Argentina, along with the great Guetza from the UK. If you play eFootball, you may know that we really love this game.
We do indeed. Such is passion for video games and football. When they both come together, it is almost magical. Here is Brozovic. Looking to just try and figure out where is the... And you notice why he's biding time. It's patience, because all of Inter Milan's players were offside. He's waiting for them to come back on side. Good patience there from Thailand. Ball goes across the box. It's cleared away.
He was just some meters ahead of the ball.
He was very, very close to latching onto that ball. You see there, top left-hand corner, the stat that flashed up there, 88% passes completed by Barcelona, 85% completed by Inter Milan. It's a very, very high-level gameplay that we're seeing here today. Here's Brozovic over to Calhanoglu. It's cleared away. And as far as Lewandowski. Lewandowski looking over to Pedri. Nothing there for him. Half-time on here. Ref has added 1 minute of added time. Would that be enough for Calhanoglu, the Turk, to get involved? He can't, and it's Marcos Alonso that will clear that away, and there is half-time. And as we tend to find with the games that have the most action, these halves of eFootball go incredibly quick.
Yes, of course. They seem to last less than other matches. And I was writing here, what a great level we've seen from the Arab Kingdom countries.
Oh, absolutely.
We've seen it with Bahrain, now we're seeing it with Brunei. So it doesn't mind how big the country is, how many people you may have or not have. If the player is talented, we're seeing that the level, and also you speak about this during this stream, it's very important, the local scene, how soon the players get to play, how much they play in a month, in a week, in a year. That's very important for the level. And a lot of players came us saying, I would like to have in my city more tournaments, in my country more tournaments.
They may just get their wish. Speaking of getting their wish, Inter Milan trying to push the issue here in Thailand, just knocking at that door. Again, it would have been from kickoff, which, again, as we talked about, it's a very vulnerable part of the game. Here's Gagliardini, Brozovic, Correa. Beautiful one-touch passing leads to Lukaku, but it's cleared away. Here's Bastoni to DeMarco, to Gagliardini, Brozovic, to Correa, Lautaro Martinez. Still going is Martinez. Looking to just shape. He got away from Gavi. Here's Gagliardini in towards Joaquin Correa. Kessie gets the clearance away. Here's Sergio Busquets. Lewandowski. It's a 3-on-2. If Dembele can find the right ball here, he may be able to get involved. Dembele takes the turn. Can't find a pass out.
And he turned the wrong way.
The issue is when you have players that are that quick of Ousmane Dembele's caliber, you've got to get all of your support that are that quick as well.
Yeah. And you know, in that case, we were seeing you have to turn right. He turned left and he lost the ball.
Yeah, indeed. DeMarco up to the front as we see that physical nature. Getting the knockdowns is sometimes the best way to play eFootball. You can see Inter Milan and Thailand are getting a lot of joy down here, but there's a break on here. It's Robert Lewandowski finds the right ball, finds Gavi. Pedri, Gavi, back to Pedri, back to Lewandowski. Lewandowski gets a lucky bounce. Oh!
And he almost did like a pass to the rival.
He played 1-2 with Skriniar's leg and managed to play himself in, as we'll see it here again once more. 1-2 with Skriniar's leg, just pulled the trigger and it was just too far over.
I think the ball surprised the Brunei player as much as the Thailand player.
Yeah, to be able to anticipate ricochets and deflections, you'd have to be a very special kind of player. Like it's very random.
We are watching a game which is in the overall score 1 goal more from
Thailand. Yes, it's Thailand are 3-2 up in this tie here.
I'm tired, my English gets worse and worse.
Well, hold on to your hats because we've got a South American versus a European to follow this. But But I'll be honest, all of my eyes are fixated on this currently because and so should at home because it's very good gameplay.
Excellent game.
Here is Brozovic trying to get through the line, but Christensen will take it away. Here's ter Stegen. Blocked away by Inter Milan, but they got very lucky there. Here's Gagliardini. Get his way through here. Gagliardini once more. Busquets. The promising point, I would say, here for Brunei. You've had a couple of chances. You can make them count. Just got to finish it off, as we said. The last piece of the puzzle. Gavi plays it to Pedri. Lewandowski. Gavi over to Pedri. Got round the last defender. He's fallen over. It's Lewandowski. Pedri looking over for a cross, and Bastoni gets the challenge. As we talked about Bastoni in the opening throws of this game, it's not over yet. Gavi trying to get through again, but it's Gagliardini that will take it clear. Here's Sergio Busquets. The ball is not let dead. It is not dead yet. Here is Dembele. Dembele, little double touch, little feint around the defender. Can't quite get the rest of it. Here's Correa, though. Calhanoglu. You've got to be careful of this counter if you are Brunei. Here's Lautaro Martinez looking for Lukaku. Christensen blocks it off. This is end-to-end stuff.
Yes, it's true. And if you're just coming here to this stream, if
you've joined at a brilliant time.
Yeah,
you've joined here as Pedri gets forward. Pedri looking to get the cross into the box. DeMarco gets the block away.
And I want to say hello to Muhammad Rido, to Lukman Hakim, to Al Zabian, all of them in the chat. Thank you very much for being there. We are live from Bali.
Martinez, oh, it's deflected. It was going to be a cutback. It's deflected in as an own goal. And that will be, as we said earlier, and we coined the phrase earlier, that right there is a spirit breaker.
Yes, it is, because Brunei was coming, was trying, was holding the ball, was making everything almost perfect. But, you know, when you get confused which is your own goal, things like this may happen.
Well, it goes back to what you said on day one. And we talked about, you know, mentality and skill being the perfect blend of an e-footballer. You kind of forgot about the element of luck.
Yeah, that's true.
Because to win tournaments like this and to go into latter stages, you need luck. Yeah. You do need some. And granted, it was a cut across, which wasn't really on. It would have been a very, like, kind of narrow angle as we've seen before. I don't think I would have backed Inter Milan to score at that point. I'd go out on a limb. If we watch it back on the replay or when we do get the highlights after this game, I don't think they would have scored that cutback. So it's kind of a bit of fortune that there was a defender that accidentally knocked it into his own net. So I you know, although I'm sure the Thailand representative will happily challenge me on that after the game.
And you know, we have some people on the chat writing in Spanish. Do you dare to read this?
Oh, no, absolutely not. No, unfortunately, I am not going to butcher anybody else's language. 8
a.m. in the morning. I don't understand English, but here I am. A hug from Paca de Carlo. Thank you very much, Paca, querido.
We appreciate it. Even if you don't follow the English, or if you don't follow, or at least you're just watching and enjoying what is almost a festival of football here.
Yeah, of course, and this guy knows his video games.
It's perfect. It's perfect. If you are enjoying the gameplay, thank you very much for joining us. Again, we still have one more game in it, but there is still time on this clock.
Un abrazo grande. That's
I'm going to say that's
a big hug.
A big hug.
Un
Fantastic.
abrazo grande.
Un abrazo grande.
Un abrazo grande para Paca.
Abrazo grande. Fantastic. As you can see, Inter, 5 minutes from time here. Roll the ball into the box. It's cleared away. And it's booted once more here. Here's Bastoni.
Let's go,
Barcelona.
Brunei, says Akeo. Indonesia, when? Indonesia at the quarterfinals.
Yeah, the quarterfinals. They have a direct bye into the quarterfinals of being the host nation. Martinez trying to win there. It's cleared. It's panicked, I would say, there, just to try and get the ball forward.
Keep the spirit, commentators. You're the best, says Mohamed. Thank you very much, Mohamed.
I'll
love
take being
reading
called
the chat.
I'll take being called the best, but I think some of the people may just have a question about that. It's Nico Barella. Again, not long left on the clock here. It looks like it's going to be Thailand's day.
Just one more minute.
One more minute of added time here. Could there be an exclamation point? It's Lukaku! And there it is. That is the exclamation point on the end of the sentence. That is this game between Thailand and Brunei.
Yes, this game is sealed. 3 goals difference between Thailand and Brunei. So this was, I think, for the day, the best match we've seen.
I think so. In terms of levels, I would say that
both players.
Of both players, because again, a credit to Brunei in terms of, as we said, you know, in terms of we didn't know as an entity what they would be like. They've certainly showed exactly what their level of play is,
yes.
and it's very, very good. And again,
exactly.
as we said about nations previously, you've just come up against a very good nation against another very good nation. And that can be all it wrote.
And that's a wrap, my friends. People are clapping.
Yeah,
Thailand,
it's a very, very good game.
Look, he's concentrated. The Brunei player is happy because he gave a good impression.
Oh, absolutely.
He had a good game. So, you know, there's this thing also important that you can win or lose. That may happen. But what you show on the pitch is also important.
There's things that you can look at. There's conduct, as in how you conduct yourself around, you know, in terms of like if you're kind of pleasant and polite and all of those things. But that was just a brilliant piece of display. It was a very good player, as we'll see in the highlights. There's a very good player against an incredible player. And we look at Thailand, and we spoke about Thailand and the E-League in terms of things that are happening there, in terms of how good they can be. You could see the level of gameplay. There was a little bit of luck there, a little bit of luck for Brunei in that first game. But again, it was just here. There were chances that just fell by the wayside, and we saw a couple of them. I believe that there was a Pedri strike that went just over the bar. There was a couple of different things that just could have been a little bit better and a little bit kind of sharper.
Yes.
But in terms of Thailand, they did exactly what they needed to do, as you've said before. Clinical. They were conclusive in how they performed.
No, and I think they didn't came to the floor when the equalizer came, because that's something that also may happen to you when you are dominating in the game, and all of a sudden you get a goal and you can fall down into pieces.
Absolutely.
It was not what happened to this player, to who I will keep an eye.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's mental toughness is what's being shown. And like you said, as the highs that we've seen from, say, the likes of Baran today, or when they've celebrated goals, you've also have to be careful of that low, as you said, that you hit. You don't want to get too down on yourself. If you can see the goal, you carry on, you work hard, you try and get it back, and that's what we saw.
So we are here, we're live from Bali, Indonesia. We are preparing for a very important match, because we had today, we started with Chad and Trinidad and Tobago. The one in that case was for Trinidad and Tobago. Then we went to Bahrain and Tajikistan, which was again for Bahrain. Then we had Turkmenistan,
and Austria. And we had Mongolia and Croatia. We've had a lot of very good games, as we'll see from the stats from what we saw. And again, in terms of the shots taken, there was 6 total in that game. And you said about there's games that are competed in both penalty boxes, and there's games that are competed in the middle. That very much felt for me, and you can see the amount of passes as well. That's a game that's fought in that middle of the park, and that's what we saw. But again, in terms of the ability to close, Thailand will take a lot of confidence from that going forward, certainly.
So we are here live, and I read the chat once again. Richard Evans says, "Is Indominator coming soon?" Yes, he is.
He might just be around the corner. I'm not sure, but I might have to go and get him.
I think that he's gonna close the stream today. We have just one more game. That game will be Brazil-Netherlands. For the game we just watched, what I take out is you have a very promising player, which is the Thailand player. I think he has a great potential and a great present, and we have someone with a great future.
Yeah, and that's the statement you would look at. It's the performances that were put in from Brunei, it's just because you've lost, as you said, it's not negative. Because you've shown your level of your gameplay on a live stream, in front of a live audience, in front of people who were cheering and every time that a goal or a shot went in. You've shown your level and you've represented your country with great pride. So,
well, after this small break in Dominator, Brazil and Netherlands and Brazil, stay close, stay tuned, because we are here with the great Guesa and we have one more excellent match for you.